got a client that sent a Montana Sapphire Ring in to me for repair, and it's a nice 1-carat pear-shaped 14-karat gold ring, and I'll show it to you momentarily here. But what we've got is the stone had just come out, and she reached out to me to have it put back in and replaced. So we're going to go through this step by step and do this together. Okay, so here's the ring, and I'm just going to point this out to you that this part right here, let me get a better focus here. This part right here, I want to be very careful on how much I move that prong, because it's been cut out for the stone, and the more I move that, because of it getting work hardened, it has a tendency to want to just break off, and then I lose the prong, and then the setting is pretty much, has to be rebuilt. So what I'm talking about is these prongs right here at my pointer. They're thin, and so what I want to do is I just want to heat those up, and I want to soften this part of the setting just a little bit so that I can set this stone without the prongs breaking. So what happens to these prongs, the two I just pointed out, is they're kind of thinned out where the stone is, the seat is cut into the prong, and if I open that up and I put too much movement on that prong, what can happen is, because of it being work hardened, they can just sort of break off and you lose the prong. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat that up softly, not too much, and then I'm going to quickly cool it, and that should soften up those prongs just enough for me to get that stone seated back in there nice and tight. So I just want to get just a little bit of heat out of this torch. So I'm just going to get it on as low as I can. The object is not to melt the prongs, but just to soften the metal just a little bit. So literally just that much. And then I'll cool it off. And it's just got a little bit of fire scale on there, but the prongs are still intact, nothing melted. And so I'm going to clean up the prongs now and make this ring perfectly clean before I set the stone. I'm just pulling this out of the pickle. Just going to clean off some of this fire scale with a rag a minute. And then I'm going to take my 600 grit sander, and the ring is already really in great shape, so all I'm doing here is just kind of getting a new surface on this part where I heat it up, just to make it pretty again. Take care of any fire scale that's around the edges. And then I'll take my wire brush . Okay, so there's the ring. it's pretty much back to ready to set the stone. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm simply just going to open up these prongs here that are folded over right here. I'm just going to open those prongs up and find a nice seat for that stone again. So I'm just going to open these prongs up here, just like that. And then I'm going to try the stone out in the setting. And here's the sapphire that we're putting back in the setting. So what I'm going to do is just see where the stone seats. And see if there's any adjustments I need to make to the prongs. And it looks like I didn't open it up enough. But because I softened the 14 karat gold, the prongs did move really nicely. So just going to open them up just a little bit more. And one trick that I've learned that works pretty good is, especially like on a pear, is putting the stone upside down on your finger and then putting the small end of the pear in first and putting the stone in sort of upside down, and that gets you that stone to kind of get in the setting the way you want it to. Just like that. What I've noticed on this setting is that the front, for the pear shape, let's see if I can point at this correctly here. The front of this, there doesn't seem to be a proper seat cut into the front for the pear to rest in. So I'm just going to cut a small spot in there for it to rest in, and I'll see if that was the problem. Now with those heart burrs, you want to be careful. Those can cut really fast. So see if I can get this properly. So you can see just a small line that I cut into the front of that pear, and that's going to give that just a little bit of a seat for the front of the pear to sit in. So I'm going to set this one more time. Upside down. I want to make sure the front of that pear is in that seat that I just cut, and that is much better. So I've got the stone put back in, and after I've cut that the seat right here in the, let's see, right here in the nose part of it, the front. And so now I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure. I've got these prongs just a little bit crooked, so I'm going to straighten the prong first. That looks better. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure, and I'm pulling the back prongs forward into the front, because the front is a stronger piece of of gold. And so I'm going to pull the back prongs forward, and hopefully that gives me a nice solid seat. And right now we're looking really even, really nice. And this stone is just about done. Now I'm going to put some top pressure down on the prongs. And a final down pressure on the nose. And I like to rub my thumb over top of the stone, and that way I can feel any looseness that it might have. So far this stone is setting pretty nicely. The stone feels like I'm moving my finger across the side of it, and I don't feel any movement whatsoever on the stone. I know there's adequate pressure on the nose, but I'm just going to put just a little bit more pressure down on the nose. And you want to make sure when you're doing this that you're flat or perpendicular to the top of the nose prong, because you can skew that setting really easily. So to me, this is looking really good. And I'm just going to polish it up. I'm going to take some close-up pictures for you to see it close up. And that'll be that. So after I put a little bit of tool marks on this as I was putting some pressure on these prongs. So I'm just going to brush this up. And what this does is just sort of cleans up any little bit of a tool mark that you might have left on the gold and makes it just a little bit more presentable. And this being sapphire, there's no chance of any of my abrasives that's going to destroy the polish on this sapphire. So, you know, with diamond and sapphire, you rarely have to worry about any of your abrasives making any sort of damage to your stone. So, but it is important to pay attention to abrasives, just to make sure that you're not damaging a stone. Okay, and that's that. Well, thanks for being with me today. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. It does help us out quite a bit. And I'm going to show you some photographs of the ring, some nicer photographs as it's finished. It's hard to see here, but the ring turned out just awesome. So we're really happy with it. It's going to go back to the client, and hope she's happy. Thanks for being with us. Till next time.